super middleweight DeAndre Ware. DeAndre, this is the first interview I've ever conducted from a firehouse. What's going on tonight?
Not much. Just sitting here waiting on runs. How you doing?
Doing okay. So I mean, you're waiting on runs. I mean, what's that mean? You're actually like waiting for like a fire to happen, or?
Yeah, fire or a medical call, whichever one comes. When we get it, we just got to go.
And you're going to be taking on Steven Nelson next Saturday night live on ESPN Plus. World rated undefeated. We'll get that in a second. I'm just very interested, if you don't mind, I ask a couple questions. You say you're waiting on medical runs, as well, possible fires. With everything going on in the world, has it been a little bit more hectic the last handful of months?
Yes, it's a lot different. We had to make some changes. I wish I had my mask. I can show you that we go in these houses and stuff to take care of patients, or wherever we go. We have to wear a mask or wear something to protect ourselves. So yeah, it's been a lot to get adjusted to.
Have you had to I don't know if the word rescue, but have you had to like get some potential or possible COVID patients? Have you had to deal with any of them?
Yeah, I ran into a few COVID patients, even people that we didn't know had COVID at the time, and end up finding out later on. We were protected already. We already had our masks and stuff on, so we didn't get sick or anything.
That's good to hear. So let's get into the boxing aspect out of it. Next Saturday night, facing Steven Nelson, world-rated, undefeated super middleweight. To say you've been matched tough is an understatement. Obviously, you fought a whole bunch of fights on SHOWBOX with Shishkin, with Ellis, with Kilich, Enrique Collazo, 11-0 before that. How those fights have prepared you for this opportunity coming up next Saturday?
I had to face adversity. Came in on the B side, I feel like the Collazo fight was probably one of the toughest. The Kilich fight was tough, but I did that fight on a 2-week notice. The Ellis fight, I won my title, so that was good. That was my first 10-rounder, and then the Shishkin fight was a bit of a setback. I did some things in the camp that I probably shouldn't have did, I wasn't prepared enough, and now I am.
Nelson's ranked pretty high, I know, at least by the WBO. He's undefeated, as I mentioned before, at 16-0. You feel a win in this fight gets you, maybe knocking on the door of whether it's a title shot or even like a bigger opportunity?
Most definitely. A win. This is the biggest fight of my career. I mean, every fight has the biggest fight of my career, but this is the biggest fight of my career. I think it puts me in position to fight for a title or something great. But after this fight, I'll be looking to go down in weight.
So you're looking to go to 160 pounds?
Yeah, 160 and then down to 154.
Wow, that's you're 5'9", so I mean you're not the tallest super middleweight. So do you feel that would be an issue? Or maybe it should be too much of an issue at 5'9"?
You mean fighting now, or when I
going down to 160, especially after spending so much time at 168?
I don't know what. I think the biggest thing for me is just being in great conditioning, and I don't know, kind of getting adjusted to guys' sky speed and stuff down there. But once I go down in weight, I'll gain speed as well. So I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. I'll be a lot stronger as well.
It's a little ironic. You talk to some of these fighters who, for whatever reason they can't focus on boxing full time and have to have full-time jobs such as yourself. But you're in my opinion, and tell me if I'm wrong, a unique situation where you're a fireman where, you probably get some physical training, during your job, and a lot of mental training as well. And do those two aspects maybe help you in your boxing career?
Yeah, it does. Because it's so with me having a full-time job and boxing and having a family at home, it puts a lot of stress on me sometimes. And it's just being a professional, I have to overcome anything that comes my way to be able to do what I need to do. So it most definitely gives me a bigger advantage.
Someone just turned the lights out on you.
Yeah, it's time.
So I mean, so what part maybe, let's say physically, that being a fireman maybe helps you as a boxer?
Um, Physically, well, I feel like just on runs we go on. Sometimes when we go to fires and stuff, it builds up stamina. Being in the heat, um, being in conditions that hot, like going through that, and you have in your mind like, man, it's hot, or man, I don't know how we gonna do this, or whatever. Like when you get in the ring, going through those challenges, when you're in the fire or whatever you're doing. I mean, it helps.
And how about mentally, in terms of, like, you have to be so focused, fighting a fire and everything like that, because
Oh, yeah.
your life is literally on the line. I mean, how's that? And does that help you mentally to be able to focus? For when you have to fight.
Yeah, it does. And it's I'm reading this book right now, and it has to do something. It's like talking about pinpoint focus or situational awareness. That's what we call it here on the fire department. Because fighting fires, you put water on a fire, but at the same time, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Even if you're not in a fire, you have to worry about your surroundings. Going on runs for people that's having issues, domestic issues and stuff like that. You have to be aware. So it most definitely has me on my P's and Q's, and I take that into the boxing ring.
Suppose you get, another 4 or 5 minutes or so. If you get the call in the next 4 or 5 minutes, we have to cut this interview short.
Yeah, we would.
So talk about Steven Nelson a little bit. Him as a fighter. What do you look at as him and what he brings to the table?
I think he's a good fighter. He shows a lot of head movement. He doesn't sit there. He moves a lot. He counters a lot. And that's a challenge that I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna look forward to taming that and getting a victory.
I believe his nickname is So Cold, and you work with fire. So I mean, it's kind of it's a bit of a contrast there.
Yeah, well, I'm the X-Man.
Yeah, you can bring the axe. Break it down. The super middleweight division. It's getting to be a very interesting division. I know you're not looking past Nelson, but with Benavidez, losing his title on the scale. You got Caleb Plant. You mentioned that you're going to maybe move down to middleweight. So do you even are looking at the top of the super middleweight division? What's going on or no?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, things can change. So. If the opportunity presents itself, I'm more than willing to take it. But I mean, I would like to go down. It gives me more of in my opinion, more of an advantage. It's different with Steve Nelson because we're about the same height. But throughout my whole boxing career, I've been fighting people that's 6 feet and higher or taller, and that kind of going down in weight to bring guys more closer to my height and. Kind of give me an advantage because I am strong and I'll take my strength down there and speed as well.
I just noticed something. The axe man, is that an axe? Your chain?
Hey, yes, it is.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Toledo, Ohio there's been some good fighters coming out of there the last few years. Robert Easter, I know McCreary and Fredrickson, a couple other guys. Talk about the boxing climate in Toledo.
Well. It kind of started in the amateurs. We had some good amateurs. People didn't really know about everybody. Robert Easter was probably the biggest name that everybody knew about. But once we turned to pros, like there's even guys. We have Wesley Tucker.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Jared Anderson. He'll be fighting on the same card.
Yeah, big baby. You said I guess you grew up with him a little bit, in terms of. And he's become now one of the rising stars of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he was he was in the same gym as me when I first started boxing. He was my little brother. I used to mess with him all the time. used to joke with him, have my mouthpiece poked out, trying to get him to knock it out and stuff. Like we joke around and stuff like that. But obviously now he's a lot bigger and a lot better now. So I can't be doing none of that stuff with him.
Must be pretty cool though to see a kid that when he was a little kid. Now you guys are fighting on a major card as professionals together.
Indeed, he's he's blossomed into something amazing, and the future is huge for him.
You're with SplitT Management, Dave McWhorter, Joe Chiambo, and Tim and everybody with SplitT. It's a real good management group. Talk about being with them.
Well, I talked to someone a few days ago, and I was telling them Dave has always he's been there for me. He signed me and got with me when nobody wanted to sign me, and I think it's paid. I mean, it's paid off in some ways, and I think it'll pay off even more this coming Saturday. But I really appreciate those guys for taking care of me and being there for me.
And you've done all this without the to even expound more on what they've done. You've done all this pretty much as a promotional free agent, right?
Yes, indeed, I have. So, I mean, I'm not really counting on it, but after my performance today, hopefully somebody will want to jump in there and take a risk with me and start promoting me.
Well, if you beat one of the top, I believe he's ranked 2 or 3 maybe by the WBO. I would imagine the phone will be ringing to Dave and you guys for a possible promotional deal. What do you want to say to the fans out there in closing before we let you go? I want to get this done because I don't want to be responsible if you're a little slow getting on the truck.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I just want to say for all the fans out there, if you guys support me, thanks for your support. If you don't support me, watch me. I'm sure you guys will like me and tune in next Saturday as we get it on.
I would imagine you have a lot of fans. You fought on SHOWBOX 3-4 times. I know the fight with Killich. I think they're still counting the punches because I know you guys threw a lot. You guys threw a lot of punches in that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you guys. So I mean, do you pride yourself as being a fan friendly, TV friendly type of fighter?
Oh yeah. I think I bring a lot of excitement to the boxing world. And fans love to see that because I'm not running away from nobody. I'm willing to get in there and to the nitty gritty and get it in. I mean, I can fight other ways as well, but I mean, I'm a warrior.
I bet a lot of the guys, around the fire station. Obviously, you probably do go long periods during the day where you're probably waiting for that call. Maybe they get a kick out of talking about the fights and watching you fight. Is that always a pretty good topic of conversation around the fire station?
Oh yeah, we have a few guys that are very huge boxing fans, and they talk to me about boxing all the time. They give me insight and things as well. So I mean, it's good here.
So you beside your coach, you have other coaches in the fire telling you should jab more, throw on the right hand more. You get that a lot.
Oh yeah, they got a kind of a workout gym for me here. We got a treadmill, punching bag, and stuff like that. We're working on getting a speed bag, so I got my own gym here too as well.
Is the TV in the fire station equipped with ESPN Plus?
We got everything here.
So I would imagine. Hopefully everything's good in Toledo next Saturday night for at least a few hours, so they can sit around and watch you fight.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, if not, they'll be able to record it.
Gotcha. Where do we find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Dre Ware. On Instagram at Dre_Ware1209, and those are the only two that I have.
Well, we thank you for a few minutes of your time. We wish you best of luck on Saturday night. And, obviously this goes without saying, you're a real pillar for your community, for all you do in Toledo, which is, obviously what you're doing is way more important than, especially with everything going on in the world now. I'm not even from Toledo, but I appreciate, I'm sure the people of Toledo and the surrounding areas appreciate it as well.
Yeah. Thankful.
We'll see you Saturday night live on ESPN Plus as you take on Steven Nelson in a big super middleweight, the co-feature to a world title fight between Jamel Herring and Jonathan Okenda. We'll see you Saturday night.
All right.